Look at that. What is up, Insomniacs? Midnight Sun 518 here, back with another upgrade video for Sasha, my 2017 Tacoma TRD Pro. So today we have the Spiker Engineering singular hood strut. Yeah, those are the words. That's this guy right here. It's really cool, and it works absolutely amazingly and incredible. Yeah. So it's super easy install, it's very quick. You do need a couple extra tools. We'll just kind of like layer them out for you. But you're gonna need a drill because you're not gonna do that by hand. And you're also gonna need a rivet gun of some sort. The kit does include rivets, but it does not include the rivet gun. So if you don't use one often, then definitely call a buddy and find somebody who has one, because it literally, you're only gonna need it for like 20 minutes. So, and let's do it. Alright, so there is the Running for Taco single hood strut kit for the 2016 to present Tacoma by Spiker Engineering. And then we also have the Running for Taco spacer kit for the Switch Pros and power tray. So let's get into it. So in the kit, we got ourselves the Spiker Engineering hood strut. This is literally just the strut itself. And then we also have the two brackets, mounting brackets for the strut, as well as some pop rivets. So you will need a rivet gun for this guy, and it's actually super simple. So we're going to start out by installing the spacer kit here. And what this is going to do is you have the Switch Pros power tray. Well, not the Switch, whatever. You have the power tray for the Switch Pros, right? And they're mounted with 2 bolts to the frame of the truck, or to the body panel of the truck. But when we take off this piece of plastic to install the hood strut mount, it's going to stick just barely low enough that it's going to be bumping into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to install these spacers just to give that extra, what is that, 3/8 inch, give or take, of space in order to not have that rubbing problem. So first step, we got our 12mm box wrench right here, and we are going to pop off the power tray bolts. Yep, so as you can see, the new ones are a bit longer, and it is about, well, the width of the spacer itself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run the bolt back through the power tray, right? But we're going to push this out just a little bit in order to throw this spacer in there. So let me do that real quick. So that took a little bit of finesse. As with the power tray install, I took the cover there off of the fuse box just to give me a little bit more room. But there we are with the spacers installed. As you can see, it does take a little bit of finesse. You have to slide the power tray itself forward just a little bit so that you can clear whatever the heck this metal clip is next to the master cylinder, or the expansion tank for the brake fluid. But anyways, I also did unplug these just to give me a smidgen more room. Next step is to remove this piece of plastic paneling. So to do that, we're gonna have to take off this one body clip right here. You can use a screwdriver, or if you have a trim removal tool or whatever. And then I'm pretty sure it should just lift up and out, but I might be wrong. Give me a second. Okay, so one of the other things that we need to do is either use a rod or something to hold your hood up so it's not being held up by this. Now, if you want, you can adjust kind of the height that your hood is going to open up to be exactly the height of the rod here, in which case you can leave it in when you do the mounting. I don't want to do that because I'd like to have the hood as high up as I can. So, well, I got my handy dandy measuring tape here, and I'm going to go from the bottom. I'm going to go about 6 inches-ish, right? And that's going to go from the base of the hook up to, well, that hole right there. So you can see I'm sitting at 5 inches, and honestly I might have to just sit with that because I don't have a lot of room and I don't have anything else to prop it up with. So where'd my screwdriver go? So as I was saying, kind of got your trim removal tool or whatever you have with you. We'll just kind of pull that guy out, just like that. So this is literally just held in with these snap pins, whatever you want to call them. So we're just going to pull that off to the side. Literally, to get that off, just pull straight up. Don't be afraid about breaking it. It'll be all right. And yeah, so this is what it looks like underneath. And so this is right here where this like dimple is. We're going to clean it up really good, and then that is actually going to be our mounting position. So we'll just get this spot cleaned up a good bit. You can see the first circle that I made. There is a second one there. However, you don't really need to have the tape on there, or you're not going to be able to have the tape on there, right? Because they're riveted. So we're going to do the first one. We'll peel the tape off. We'll rivet. Sorry about that. We'll rivet the first side in, the first hole, and then we'll drill out the second one and rivet the second one. Now, when it comes to drilling, the kit does include this little thingamadude right here. So that's going to be going onto your drill bit, and we're going to be measuring out, leaving about 1/4 of an inch-ish at the end, and then this is going to act as a guard to keep us from punching all the way through. So there's our first hole, and then I took the tape back off. Now, something that is recommended is to use a little bit of touch-up paint or something just to prevent rusting. So now that we have the properly sized hole, and as you can see, the rivet fits now, and that is using a, I don't know if you can really see it, but a 13/64 thingamajig. I feel like they use like a 3/8 or something like that. I don't remember what the recommended size is. Once again, so we're going to take the rivet, we're going to stick it through the bracket, we're going to stick it into the hole, we're going to make sure nothing else is in the way there. We're going to take our rivet gun, set it right on top, and we'll squeeze a little bit. Just like that, the rivet is now in place. We're going to do that to the other side, and yeah, then we'll move on. And just like that, dudes, it is in there. Hell yeah. So the next step here, we have our hood strut. For a standard strut install, you would have to compress these by hand, I guess, just to make sure that they work. For the single, though, you do not. It is specifically called out that you don't, probably because you're not going to be able to. Trust me, I tried. So the next step is we're going to pop this dude into place. And yeah, so we just kind of like slide it on there, and there it is, just like that. And you can see that it just barely clears the switch pros. So the next step is we're going to be taking the other bracket, there it is, and we're going to be attaching it here, and we're going to be figuring out exactly where along this that it is going to be mounted. So just kind of reviewing the instructions, the pictures that are included have you mounting this bracket on the inside. I'm not going to do that. So the problem with that is if I have it mounted on the inside, as it comes down, it is going to hit the switch pros, right? Which is not okay. So in order to miss that, I have to come straight up. And unfortunately, because of the angle that is allowed by this little ball joint here, I can't mount it directly to this flat part, which means I'm gonna have to spin it around and mount it on the back side. So I'm gonna mount it right here, and hopefully it works. Well, my dudes, I am very proud to say this works totally fine. So for those of you that have the Switch Pros with that spacer kit, you're not going to be able to mount it on the inside. You're going to have to mount it on the outside. That bracket is sturdy on both sides. Oh yeah, I put this little fender trim piece back in and then pop that body clip back in. But it is amazing, and it works so good. It clears so perfectly. Watch this. So if I pull on it, down it goes. Right, just like that. Cleared no problem. You can, if you can see in there, it's a little bit bright, but it's ever so slightly the perfect fit. and it pushes it up like a boss. So there you have it, my dudes and dudettes. The Spiker Engineering singular hood strut for the Tacoma. That was a very easy install. It was a very quick install. I will say that you require a couple of tools that are not going to come with the kit, such as a drill and drill bits and a rivet gun. But happily, they did include rivets, so you don't need to go out and like find your own or something like that and hope they work. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll be having some more Tacoma upgrade videos coming out for you in the foreseeable future. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll catch you guys next go around. Midnight sign out.